rappers and CD releases and what's on TV and what's on the radio, Hot 97 or Bobby Smurgers of the world, or the beef between Jay-Z and DJ Funkmaster Flex. That's not necessarily hip-hop. That is what we call the rap music industry. Rap is something that you do. Hip-hop is something that you live. You don't do hip-hop, you are hip-hop. You cannot put a hat on and say that I am hip-hop. You cannot drink a can of hip-hop. You cannot put on some skinny True Religion jeans and say, I am hip-hop. Hip-hop is a perception, is a way of life, is a culture. According to my teacher, one of my teachers and one of my mentors, KRS-One, who is the father of hip-hop education. In 1990, he came out with an album called Edutainment. And we came out with a book in 2009 called The Gospel of Hip-Hop. We define hip-hop as this. Hip-hop is a perceptual ability that transforms subjects and objects in an effort to express the character of one's inner being. That simply means that hip-hop is a perception, it's a psychology, it's a way of life. It's how you perceive yourself in your environment and how you transform your consciousness to transform the very environment in which you are in. This simply means that just because I got an EBT card doesn't mean I'm going to be in poverty all my life. Hip-hop psychology. Just because I get shot 9 times doesn't mean I'm not going to recover and become worth $550 million, 50 Cent. It means that just because I come out of North New Jersey or Irvington and Orange and I live in housing tenements like Georgia King Village or Prince Street Projects doesn't mean that I can't own a mansion in the Hamptons like 50 Cent and Russell Simmons and the rest of these guys. What hip-hop has done is that it has transformed not only the psychology and the environment of all of humanity as a collective whole, regardless of race, religion, class, color, ethnicity, geographical boundary, it has transformed very governments and economies throughout the entire planet. The Arab Spring in Egypt, it was a group of young people who overthrew a 35-year-old regime underneath the regime of Hosni Mubarak. It's Israeli DJs and Palestinian MCs who are unifying the fight against the oppression of the Palestinians in Israel. It's young youth in France who are overthrowing the educational system that's illegally, falsely teaching Arab immigrants and African immigrants inside of France. It's young people here in North New Jersey, here in Chicago, here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who was just using word sound vibration and using turntables and turned the turntables into an instrument, and now hip-hop is a 2.2 trillion international economy all over the planet. Hip-hop originated in Africa some 10,000 years ago as Africans was bombing northern African caves and dealing with hieroglyphics or hieratic writing. In Europe, they was bombing the walls and it was called calligraphy. Today, it's called graffiti writing. Yesterday, you had the African griots dealing with world sound vibration, the Deja Lees of West Africa, of Mali and Timbuktu, who had people in the royal circles in those particular eras in time. Now it's called the MC. You had the dancer, Kupagana and Gume, and dealing with Capoeira, who fought against the British in Brazil, and now they have freed themselves utilizing that martial arts. Now in America, we deal with graffiti, which is a biorhythm dance, which is also a form of yoga. Then you have the marketplaces. Go on Broad Market here in North, you see the people are vendors. As I got off the plane 10 times in Ghana, all you see is the marketplace there. So hip-hop has its historical origins here in America in 1973 as it was originated, but it originated 10,000 years ago in Africa, then it migrated into Asia, and African people migrated into the River Valley Basin system of the Harappan Valley system of Indus Valley and unified with Indians in the Indus Kemet Kush Valley in that particular region and gave birth to a cultural movement in that area. In China, during the Qing dynasty, Africans was going into China and unifying with our Chinese sisters and brothers and created all kind of dynastic cultural systems that fought against Marco Polo and the invaders in that particular time and area. Africans came here as Moors in America and helped to build the pyramids and unified with the indigenous population here in America and gave birth to an indigenous population cultural system inside of the Western Hemisphere. That's why we have in Mexico City, Quetzalcoatl in Mexico City, you have pyramids because Africans was traveling all over the world giving culture, and it's going on today, some 10,000 years later, as Africans are in Asia, Europe, America, and the Caribbean islands, giving forth this international cultural movement, regardless of race, religion, class, ethnicity, geographical boundary. It's called hip-hop. In closing, hip-hop stands for his and her infinite power, helps oppressed people overcome poverty and oppression. It gives you the ability to see yourself as a liberator of your own life and the lives of others as you perceive yourself as being one with the entire universe and all of the human family. So as we set the structure here today for the Afro-Asiatic connection and origins to hip-hop, past, present, and future, I'm going to allow you to see the international presence of hip-hop as we have Drift, raise your hand. Brothers from Africa, give it up for him. From West Africa, from Ghana, doing his thing. If you go to YouTube, you can Google him up. He got hundreds of videos all over the place, and he is expressing himself from his perspective of what hip-hop is, as he is from West Africa, Ghana. Then we have Brother Hassan Khaan from India. Brother, there's something called Punjabi hip-hop, showing that hip-hop is international. You have the whole Bollywood movement over there as well, where you're going to express some of those different underground and mainstream things that's going on in India, and how he is now in America using his culture and the power of the spoken word with hip-hop to unify the human family. Give it up for him. Then we have my brother Chang, and he's working with NJ Pat, and he has a dance company, and he's working with, the United Nations, and working with, this brother right here, Brother Ma, who's a hip-hop Chinese artist dealing with, bamboo, Chinese hip-hop, and dealing with cultural, expressions, using his culture of the Chinese culture inside of hip-hop to express and transform the consciousness of human beings, not only in China, but all over the world. Give it up for Brother Ma. So, I'm going to allow the first person to speak. Is going to be Brother Drift. I'm going to ask you this question. How have you used hip-hop in order to express what's going on the continent of Africa, being from Ghana, West Africa? What is hip-hop looking like in Africa?